Goodness gracious, holy moly. Can you believe it? We are back here on another Monday. Monday seems, it's like there's a new one every single week. It is so nice to catch up with all of you. Thank you for joining us here on another NECA Live. I trust that you had a wonderful weekend and you and your family and your team are all staying safe. This is another big week here on NECA Live. Thank you for joining us on video, on LinkedIn, or listening at any time as part of the NECA Live podcast. This is the show where I sit down with amazing people from all around the world of NECA, bringing you the latest and greatest of everything going on within and around this fantastic association. Today, we have two very exciting things to talk about. One is the WIN, or Women in NECA and Future Leaders Leadership Conference, which will be held virtually, like all conferences, on March 9th and 10th. It's going to be a remarkable meeting with world-class keynote speakers, incredible breakout sessions, fun and interactive roundtables, and perhaps most importantly, networking. And you know the funny thing? Years ago, people used to complain about networking. They used to say, oh, I don't enjoy the networking. It's awkward. And then a pandemic came along and I would kill to network now. But you have my word, this is going to be an interactive event and we will be hearing much more about the content of that shortly. We're also going to be discussing the future of innovation at NECA with one of the association's newest hires and someone who is going to be speaking at WIN-FL, Women in NECA Future Leaders. Please welcome Wanessa, Alves, NECA's Director of Partnership, and Tauhira, NECA's new Executive Director of Industry Innovation. We are delighted to have you both here. Happy Monday, ladies. I hope you had an amazing weekend.
Thank you so much. Happy Monday.
It is great to have you here. Tauhira, what exactly did you do at the weekend? Was it fun?
Well, I will tell you, in addition to joining NECA and now officially becoming a part of the NECA family, I also am in the process of a cross-country move. So we left behind the negative temperatures in Wisconsin to move to Atlanta, where it was a warm 50 degrees this weekend. So I did a lot of moving and organizing, as one does when one is rearranging everything in their life.
Wow, 50 degrees. That's the temperature that we bake bread at in Ireland. That is hot for us here, I can assure you. What about you, Wanessa? How was your weekend?
It was a very low-key weekend, to say the least. We got ice storms, so, you know, just relaxed at home. It was very icy outside.
Excellent.
It was a
Well, I hoped you chipped a little bit of it off and put it inside a glass of your favorite whatever. So, look, thank you so much to both of you for being so generous with your time. Wanessa, let's start off with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Women in NECA as well as the Future Leaders event? What is it? Who can be a part of it? And I guess, why is it so important in this moment?
Absolutely, David. So a little bit of history. Women in NECA was established in 2009 and is a community with the purpose of supporting women's growth through education and advocacy. Future Leaders, a group of emerging leaders, was developed in 1990 with the purpose of growing through the relationships, collaboration, and leadership development. Who can be part of it? Any person affiliated with NECA member company or a chapter can be part of it. If for Future Leaders, whether you're experienced, new, or emerging leader, come and join us for this. Why is it important? It's because we need to think of the next generation of leaders and continue to develop them and move the industry forward. I think we need allies and we need to pave the way for others to join us. So the conference, it's so many great things, to be honest with you. You know, 2009, we decided to bring both groups together. We realized that they share commonalities in both members and long-range goals, and they have successful history, you know, independently. They're strong, vibrant, actively growing at national and local levels. So this conference is just a summary to help foster collaboration, just to continue to move the industry forward. So both of them are great groups to be part of it.
Totally. And it's such a great opportunity to get individuals who are focused on the future of their business and the future of the sector into one room in one moment, or in this case, one virtual room. But if you attended the NECA convention virtual, you know that here we know how to do virtual conventions well. So Wanessa, I'm curious, on top of all of the speakers, the sessions and the roundtables, I know that NECA is one convention that gets networking and the sense of community incredibly well. Every time that we are live and in person, I walk into the foyer or the reception of the hosting hotel, and it's like the entire industry puts their arms around me. It feels like home. And we've managed to create that same experience virtually. How are we bringing the networking and the community sense alive at the conference?
You are absolutely right. You know, networking is such a big part of it. We had to cancel last year, unfortunately, but this year, you know, we wanted to plan the best conference, virtual conference possible. Together with the Women and Future Leaders Task Force, we crafted an agenda carefully to respect the individuality of both groups and offer something for each of them. As you said, these groups are all about networking. So we wanted to make sure that we provided the connectivity in this conference via the Roundtable Discussions and social events with special rooms to network. The Roundtable Discussions have always been one of the most beneficial components of this conference because they just like to share best practices and experiences. And it would be nice to break into smaller groups and talk about the topics and learn from each other's experiences. For social events, you know, on the first day of NECA Live, we use our great platform, Gatherly. So if you attend the NECA 2020 Live, it was super fun and interactive. The platform allows you to enter different rooms, to have video chats with people, and even engage in private conversations, in addition to having fun in a room with an activity that we have planned. On the second night, the reception sponsored by Gravar, and we're going to have 3 Zoom rooms. One, which will have a networking room. The other one will have a mixologist. And the other room, we're going to have dueling pianos. So it's going to be a super fun event.
Oh, well, so I need to stop you there immediately because I was introduced to the concept of dueling pianos at the last NECA convention. And holy moly, I have never had so much fun in my entire life. So much fun that I've booked them myself to do events for me and my friends and my customers and my teams. Folks, if you didn't attend the Dueling Pianos event last time, you're an idiot, you're a fool, but you've got your chance to redeem yourself by attending this event. It is absolutely phenomenal. And Gatherly is such a great tool. Folks, you remember when you were at a drinks reception, you saw someone at the far side of the room, you didn't know who they were, you thought you knew them, but you weren't sure. You wandered over, you realized it was a complete stranger, but you started a conversation with them anyway, because that's what we do at NECA, and all of a sudden you build a new friend. That's exactly what happens inside Gatherly. It creates an opportunity for you to wander around a virtual space and talk to people that you've known for years, but build connections with ones that you haven't even met yet. It's an amazing way to make real networking happen inside the virtual space. So Wanessa, what can attendees expect at the conference? Are there any speakers that you're particularly looking forward to?
Oh my goodness. All of them. You know, we have some familiar faces such as Maureen O'Brien, Alex Willis, who will be doing sessions specifically targeted for each of the groups on how to take care of yourself, especially as we're all dealing with this pandemic. But we're also going to have, you know, new speakers. We're going to hear from Laura Ockman, Ryan Avery, and Dusha Hawkett, who will cover topics from leadership communications, diversity and inclusion. Amanda King is going to talk on communications as well. And we have, as you mentioned earlier, our very own Tauhira, who will lead us on a strategic planning session, breakout and application workshop, and also our very own Josh Bond, who would lead us into how to perform a technology audit. So there's a little bit for everyone. And as you said earlier, 3 different breakout sessions, 2 joint sessions with special keynote speakers, 2 roundtable discussions, and 2 networking receptions. And I have to say, we have such a great deal. $250 for 2 days of conference and all of that content. You can find that anywhere else. I can tell you, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the great lineup of speakers, but also looking to the opportunity to interact with our members. and seeing everyone join us for this. So join us. I'm sure you won't regret it.
It will be phenomenal. And I suppose, Tauhira, this will be your inaugural event as joining part of the family at NECA, and on behalf of me and everyone else, of all of our audience and everybody as part of the NECA family, you are really welcome. I promise you, you're in for a wild ride with Team NECA. So you're going to be leading industry innovation efforts. What exactly does it mean for you to be taking part in this conference and speaking to the NECA membership?
Well, thank you so much, David. And I think what's so exciting is that I've been a huge supporter and advocate of NECA for so many years. And as you said, this will be my first event under the helm of officially being in the NECA group. And so it's just such a powerful opportunity. And what I really enjoy and what you really can't get anywhere else, as Wanessa was saying, is the camaraderie. And everyone who comes to the Women in NECA Future Leaders Conference cares about the industry, is passionate about the future. And that's exactly the type of person, the type of experience we want to have, both at our events, but also to give you something to walk away with. And that's kind of the focus of the innovation group at NECA. Is we're looking at new technologies, we're looking at new ideas, we're looking at ways to change your business, whether you are a 2-person shop or you are a 2,000-person shop. The whole idea is, how can we help you prepare for the future? So we're looking at ways that we can be strategic with what we have today and ways that we can be strategic in the future. And so that's what's really exciting, is that when you come to the conference this year, when you come to Win Future Leaders, you not only get to network and you get to create advocacy and build each other up, but we also get to roll up our sleeves and think about how we're going to solve the problems that we have today so that we can prepare for the future tomorrow.
And I think it's that practical approach, isn't it? This idea that when we attend a NECA event, we don't just get inspired, we don't just get educated, we actually get to learn practical tools and techniques that we can apply in our business every day. And I know innovation is a really important concept for so many industries, but in this moment in time, I think particularly in construction, and as you come on board with NECA, what would you say are your biggest priorities, both in the short term and the long term, when it comes to advancing innovation amongst the membership?
Oh my gosh, so many priorities. And that's the kind of the fun of this, right? Is when we look at innovation, when we look at technology, it's so easy to say, well, there's this new trend, or there's this new robot, or this new machine. But at the end of the day, innovation is a very specific and tailored thing that matters in direct ways in terms of the consequences that we can create for our members and for the NECA contractors and the partners who are in our network. And so what's really important is that both in the short term and the long term, we are looking to you. We are looking to all of our members out there, everyone who's listening. And what we are really focusing on is, how do we help you to eliminate inefficiencies? How do we help you to drive forward your business, to open new avenues to growth and market share? How do we help you to eliminate those pain points? And so it's the opportunity to really work with you on understanding your workflow and understanding how to create solutions that help you both from a technology standpoint and from a business development standpoint.
It's so true, you know, that technology is exciting. I love technology. I love the latest little bells and whistle. That's why even when we're doing these NECA Live, I'm like zooming in the cameras and bringing us in and out. That's like I'm a 7-year-old boy.
You're an artist.
Wrapped in a mid to late 30s, graying, receding haired man. And I like playing with toys and technology, but it only really becomes useful if it actually moves the needle on our performance, if it protects us as a business, if it makes us more secure, if it helps us run more efficiently. So that link between not only technology, but business impact is so important. And we're really lucky to have you focusing on it on behalf of our members. And I know the NECA innovation team is driven by 3 key activities: investigate, educate, and engage. Could you spend a couple of minutes just taking us through these 3 focuses and talk about exactly what it means, not only for NECA, but for innovation amongst our members?
Absolutely, David. And when you think about it, again, it's kind of a 3-pronged approach. So the investigate piece, that's about understanding what new technologies are out there, what new trends are out there, what's happening in the innovation space as a whole, and how does it apply to construction in general, but especially to our electrical contractors. So we seek to understand from the best thought leaders in the world, and we also seek to understand from each other. And that's really what that investigation is about. You know, we're not trying to create solutions that work for everyone in a cookie cutter way. And we're not trying to create solutions that are just on an academic level. It's about really doing the research and doing your homework. When we start to educate, that education piece, that's where we synthesize all of this information. And this is where we really start to figure out how to bidirectionally communicate. This is not only a way to educate the NECA employees and the members of our NECA family, but also the ways that we can help every single contractor out there. So how do we educate? For some, it's podcasts and webinars. For some, it's white papers. For some, it's coming to these conferences. And for some, it's a quick email blast. So again, it's all about how do you get the information to people in the right way, whether the right way is a peer group or whether the right way is just reading something online. And then from there, we want to make sure that we have the ability to engage, the ability to partner. And what's really great about that partnership is that it gives us the chance to support the contractors where they're at, right? The right solutions all have to be tailored, and you have to consider your culture. Nothing about strategy is ever effective if you don't consider the culture. And so that's really where the engage piece comes in, is that NECA is committed to working with every single contractor out there, large and small, to help understand what are your needs and what are your problems and what are your just even your annoyances and what are you curious about. And together we'll create a customized plan to help you prepare for whatever that future holds and to make sure that you remain competitive in your business.
Well, I've got to say, Tauhira, you've made a big impression on me on your first interview. You've used the word synthesize. I feel like you deserve a gold star of some sort for that. That's my favorite word we've had so far. I'm now going to create a new prize for the. I think we should hold on. We should. Yes, I think we have applause. I'm going to create a prize now for the best use of a cool, interesting word in every NECA Live from this point onwards. So look, thank you so much to both of you. Yeah, innovation is a good. Yeah, but everyone's saying innovation. You actually talked about how we could do innovation. That's what separates it. And it is so nice to have both of you here. So look, I realize everyone has busy Mondays, and it is so kind for both of you to come and talk to our members. Wanessa and Tauhira, thank you so much. And I will see you at the conference. I'm going to be attending as a delegate, so I'm going to be lazy. I'm not going to do my hair. I'm going to be in sweatpants, but I'll be there as a delegate. So I will see you inside Gatherley.
Sounds good. Good to see you, David. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. Everyone enjoy their day.
Thank you so much, Wanessa and Tauhira. Take care, and we will see you both there. It is going to be a truly amazing event. So make sure that you have got it inside your diary, because there are not only tons of exciting things at the conference, but there are tons of exciting things happening at NECA every day. So I hope that you stay watching. I hope that you stay listening, and I hope that you register for the conference straight away. Registration is open right now, and I've got tons of people who are already going. Some great comments and feedback here. One gentleman is saying, great brainstorm. Beth is saying that she is not missing this great virtual meeting. Beth, thanks to you and all of the team for your hard work. Leslie will be there for certain. Pete will not miss it. Steve is coming in as well. And he's saying hello. Hello to everyone. We've got so many great comments coming in. Mark is coming in from Marquette University. Great to see you as well. And Tasso is coming in all the way from beautiful Boston. What a wonderful city. So look, thank you for all of your comments. Remember, we will be back here next Monday with another NECA Live. And if you miss one of these episodes, remember you can catch up with it as part of the NECA Podcast Network. It has been growing every day and every week. So if you miss an episode, you can listen to this hideous, annoying Belfast accent on a podcast as well. But for the time being, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time on NECA Live. Thank you.